box itself, it's roughly $5, and then for one sheet of plywood, we include 24 of each shape, and for the sheet of craft wood for that, it is a $5 cost. However, we don't include the whole sheet of craft wood for the shapes itself, so it comes out to be about $3. So total, it would be about $8 for the material cost.
So for the box and a full box full of shapes, $8.
Yes. And then we're also contacting P. Graham Dunn. We sent an email to them a few days ago. We asked them about potentially them making our own boxes, so that way it would be cheaper because we would be purchasing in bulk, which is why we asked for the 400. So that way we would have the money to back up a large order in bulk from P. Graham Dunn. And then also it would be a higher quality box as well.
What they said.
They have not responded yet, as far as we are aware of. We just sent that 2 days ago, so we're still waiting for the response.
On the tops of these, can you do any kind of design or just type or?
Yes, what we can do is we can put on any sort of shapes or any sort of, if you want, like words of advice to the bride and groom, anything like that, we can put it right into the laser engraver, design it on Adobe Illustrator, and then it will etch that straight onto the top of the keepsake
So
capsule.
if you had a logo, you could.
If it was a licensed
Digitize.
logo, then we would have to double check with them just for licensing reasons.
But like my logo, say I want to send this out for a company business gift and it's in Illustrator.
Yes,
You could do that.
absolutely.
How long does this take to make?
The whole process itself only takes about an hour to do as soon as you have all of the illustrating done. But just to double check, we have about a week turnaround time, so then that way we can make sure that we have all of the orders in and we get any mistakes out of the way.
You doing local pickup or?
Yes, we are targeting for local pickup or actually delivery to their wherever place of establishment, just so then that way we can take the extra step to make it a little bit easier on the customer ourselves.
What kind of response did you get back from your two craft shows?
Unfortunately for our craft shows, we were actually geared towards a different product at the time, but just going around and talking to the community and talking to friends and family, they really seem to like the idea just because there are multiple events that this covers, whether it be for graduation, as you can see there, for class of 2015, weddings, and then confirmations all alike. So there's plenty of different aspects and angles that you can take for what a keepsake capsule would be useful for.
What were you guys hoping for?
So we actually had an idea with picture frames, and with the picture frames, the whole thought was that we could take their exact quote on the photo and then laser engrave it into the picture frame itself. But we decided that picture frames are kind of a dime a dozen idea, so we decided to turn away from that.
So your goal is to sell 84, how many units?
Yes, 240 is the goal.
Oh, 8,400 was the revenue.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, I missed, what was the sale cost per box?
Roughly $8.
So I mean, to actually, what you're marketing, you're 35.
Oh, 35, yes.
You guys mentioned that your competitors are selling this for a much greater price. Why the big gap?
I'm not really sure. I just believe that it's mainly because there's not a huge market for something like this. I mean, not a huge market. There's not a whole lot of people who actually produce something such as this. So online sales, after shipping and whatnot, they jack up the shipping way high so that way they can turn out a larger profit from it. So it was $180 we did find online, and I really do believe it's just because there's not a whole lot of people that actually produce such a product.
They probably also can take advantage of people who are spending thousands of dollars on weddings. They're like, that's only $180. Why don't we just get that? But really, it's not worth $180 with the shipping cost that they try to charge you.
What was the material that they used as compared to yours?
Their box was actually more of a rustic material type looking thing, which is what we're in contact with P. Graham Dunn now to see if we can get a hold of.
Okay.
Also, the machinery used to do the laser engraving and etching is a very expensive type of technology. So I think that's why we're taking advantage of what we have in the fabrication lab, whereas it's more expensive for somebody else to use that technology when they purchase the laser engraver themselves for a different company like our competitors.
How are people submitting the customization options to you?
We do have an order form available that has a class of blank, and then you can fill in the blank there, or you can actually fill out another line that you could just put in any sort of words that you would like to have on there, whether it be words of advice for the graduate, for the birthday guest, for the bride and groom. So there is a customizable option that you can fill out on the order form.
Essentially all by hand.
Yes.
Is this the final product, or are you staying to
We do have Stain right now. We just wanted to make sure we are a little bit low on boxes right now because we are waiting for P. Graham Dunn to respond and also for the extra startup money that we're looking for today. So we didn't want to stain it in case anything were to go wrong with it. So we held on to that as a safety measure. So we do have Stain, and then we are also talking to P. Graham Dunn looking for a more rustic look as well.
Okay. Are you gonna charge for that? Is it gonna be an upcharge to do?
For the stain?
staining and-
No, the Stain will be completely free of charge.
Okay.
Do you have an estimate on what you think the cremate boxes might come in at?
Talking to Mr. Grady, the estimated price is about $5 or $6 a box if we would order up to 50 to 100 of them. Is the rough estimate that we're looking at.
And then would that contain parts or trees or?
No, we are still going to be doing all of that in-house just because we can go get out the craft sheets for relatively cheap, and then we can do all of that right here in the with the laser engraver. So we're still going to be doing all of that in-house. The only difference is we're looking for a slightly larger box with a little bit sturdier conditions from P. Graham Dunn.
Just to, $400 even is gonna be for what then?
It's mainly going to be used to cover the bulk order from P. Graham Dunn, assuming that they can make the box. So then that way we can get the cost a lot lower. Instead of ordering 10 boxes for, say, $10 each, if we order a lot larger in bulk, then in that case, then we could get the price down lower with the larger order.
And if they can't, then it's $400.
We're still going to be looking into further, probably better quality boxes, go look for other outside sources. We actually have been talking to construction here at Hoover High School to see what kind of keepsake capsules they would be able to make, and then also advertising and craft shows and other things like that.
What do you think's your primary target here? Because there's a lot of life events.
Yes.
One in particular.
I would probably say roughly our parents' age, so roughly the 30 to 40 area, just because in that age group, people are still getting married. People do have children that are in high school and graduating, so really all of that market there, and then as well as them possibly owning their own business for business gifts. So there is a larger market in that area just because those people do experience the most life events and know more people that do experience life events.
Have you contacted any local shops? You mentioned, somebody mentioned, you're looking at some local shops in North Canton.
We have not contacted yet because we wanted to wait until we got a for sure 100% final product, so then that way, when we do approach them, then it would be, here you go, this is what we want to put in your store.
Any more questions, Sharks? We good to go? All right, you'll have about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to.
Round of applause, guys.